Hey everyone, welcome to the Memento Futurum poetcast. This is Vanessa, your host, and today it's just me. Taking a break from interviews and we're doing a little solo cast. We're going to be talking about 2023 and the year and reflecting. I have a reading prepared to look into the energies of 2024 and a really fun spread for you to try on your own. So, yeah, I just wanted to take the time to drop in and share with you about my year and where I've been, and just to really acknowledge everything. And I'm just being reminded to take a breath and take a beat. Just really drop in. My house is finally quiet. Ollie's asleep. Matt, my husband, is asleep. I have a slice of heaven happening here with some silence to be with my reflections and my meditations for the winter. And with this winter, I'm currently facilitating and guiding the creative winter journey. So that's on my mind. If you hear strange snores or gurgling, I have two sleepy cats in here. Just saying, because I'm hearing some things. Leo and Lila. But yeah, Creative Winter Journey is all about regenerating our creativity through rest and a lot of reflection. And we're using The Artist's Way with Julia Cameron, the book, to guide us through, and it's taking us through to March. So that's what I'm up to right now, is being really present with my students for that. And I feel like that's informing that creative process and really becoming super aware of the subtle layers of my own creative process, is opening this poetcast, because I'm in a space right now where I'm really diving deep into who I am as an artist, and who I've been, and who I'm becoming. And 2023 was a huge year for me in really reclaiming a lot of myself. So I'm just thinking back to January. So my birthday is January 31st. So it's a month from today for my next birthday. But thinking back to January 2023, I was really in a different space, like really preparing my energies differently. In the spring, I went through a cleanse that I'm still feeling the effects from. Like, holy wow, it was really, really deep. I did a liver and gallbladder flush on retreat. And that was so profound. And I'm hoping to do it again this next year. I got to work with amazing teachers and connect with really amazing people in sacred traditions. And yeah, the gallbladder flush, liver flush, the purpose behind it is because the liver is known as the seat of the soul. So I had a very liver informed year that helps me to become tremendously more. Is that a thing? Tremendously more? Like, just immensely, like a big amount of heart expansion by cleaning the liver. And I've worked with coffee enemas for 2 years now, and that's also a supporting practice that's been amazing. But yeah, really cleaning the liver and listening to it, and knowing that it's the seat of the soul and what wants to kind of bubble up and be informed from that really helped to open my spring and my year. I did a lot of traveling this year. So many beautiful connections made and family trips. In the summer, I had the amazing opportunity to do some music collaboration with my friend Harmony. She's at Seeking Wild Beauty on Instagram or seekingwildbeauty.com. But yeah, Harmony invited me to play strings on her song, and that was just incredible. And it was so interesting because that opportunity showed itself to me in a dream like 10 days before she asked. And through this dream muse actor man that I dream of, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but that was a really, really special thing to see and to happen. And I think I've really been in a state this last year of believing my dreams, knowing the dreams that I'm holding in my heart and like what my aspirations, my hopes are, but then really believing what I'm seeing in my dreams and trusting them, which is what I share and what I teach. But I've been seeing it on a whole other level the last couple of years, and especially this year. So the collaboration on that song was so incredible. I will link it. It's called Forgotten Places. I almost forgot what it was called, but it's called Forgotten Places. And I think it awakened a lot of forgotten places inside of me. And that was really, really cool and special. That happened in like July. I traveled through the summer and visited family, Utah, Colorado, LA, like a lot of really special things. I facilitated Earth Temple a few times, one in the spring and one in the summer, in person, like day retreat style. And that was incredible to be with groups of women, which they weren't exclusive to women, but it was only women that showed up. So, you know, Spirit was telling me a thing there. And yeah, I feel like Earth Temple was really powerful to gather women in circle and in ceremony and to listen to people's dreams and the things that they're wanting, you know, to bring into their lives, the things that they want to transform, and really, really, really supporting people this year. I was in a deep year of service, a lot of group work, both in the in-person space and online. I wrote a lot of poetry this year, like, oh my wow, a lot of poetry. I wrote nearly every day, and that was very new for me because I would say writing was probably like, it was scattered throughout my creative process in life, but I think I had focused in previous years more on music and sound healing and the spiritual arts as my art form, but really embracing the writer within me was special this year. I'm going to read some poetry to you guys. And yeah, I want to read some poetry to you right now. Let me see. Let's see what we have here. I have this Google Doc that I just keep all of my poems in. And, oh, this one. So this one came to me full moon in Gemini, so Sagittarius season, so not too long ago. And the moon woke me up and brought me in the middle of the night and brought me this poem. I would imagine sending love notes from my heart to yours by rocketing them on rainbows to the sky, just high enough so the stars could reel them in like fishermen in riverboats on a full moon rising. They would bring their catch back to their constellation villages and deliver it to you on the falling mist of the morning star at dawn. What else do I want to read to you? This one made it on my Instagram this year, but I'm going to read it to you too. It's called Future Ancestor. 1,000 years from now, the people of the earth will marvel, remembering their lineages, reflecting back to these times we're living in now. They will wonder how we did it, how we moved through all of the pain and sorrow and violence, how we cleaned the oceans and resurrected our forests, how we made food for all of the people to share abundantly. They will share our stories, hearts full of admiration that they come from a long line of peace warriors, bloodlines of strong hearts, those who chose to make life beautiful everywhere they went despite their adversities. And that all of the prayers, ones we spoke, some we only uttered in our hearts and some we acted on, were the lifelines that wove the world anew, that made it possible for them to thrive. They might say these were the times where the people woke up, acted purely in love, and that it changed every possible timeline in the universe. Yeah. So I'll read like maybe one more and then we'll see if we'll circle back to that, to any poetry later on. Let's see here. Okay, let's do like a little rando. I'm just going to scroll and see what it lands on. Okay, this is called Launch. I was afraid to dissolve into nothing. Hovering at the edge of that unknown, I slipped and realized I could fly because I was everything. This one makes me so emotional because I remember the day that I wrote it and how I was feeling and just how like major fool card, fool archetype energy and feeling fear on taking a leap and just like being in it. So yeah, the year was full of poetry, and those are just a few things that I wrote this year. I think I heard a cat snore. My mind right now is like hovering around like August, September, so I'm just trying to drop into like what happened then because my mind visualizes the calendar when I'm talking about timelines. This happens in readings too. In September, I went to see Hamlet in Massachusetts with the actor that I dream of. That situation really deepened this year. I mean, it started a few years ago in 2020 and really, really activated my lucidity and like very lucid dreams where I would be talking to this person all the time in my dream about waking up and different projects that I had that they were informing for me and helping to like mentor me with, and then vice versa, like me mentoring them on their projects before they happened, and or that's how I perceive it. But yeah, I went to see Hamlet, and that was really, really cool because I wasn't really into Shakespeare before. And I've been getting Shakespeare synchronicities for like a long time. And it finally kind of clicked when I was there watching the play. I've said this, I think, in a few different places. Like it's been said publicly, but the actor is Finn Whitrock, if you're curious. And yeah, like those dreams when they happen with him tend to show me something about my creative life or creative projects coming in, and they're just really, really, really different than the other dreams that I have. So it's kind of become my own like symbol or this language that I've had to learn with my dreams around like how to pay attention and what the messages mean, and how to digest insight and create meaning. Yeah, so that was really, really fun and cool. The unknown becoming container that I facilitated in late October through November was really wow. There was a lot of really amazing things that happened this year. Dream classes and the Earth Temple, in-person day retreat, and I had planned to do a like weekend or 4-day retreat in person, and that just like wasn't panning out. Like the fall was so different than the summer, the energy, and it really took me deep into myself to integrate, to transform, to clean, to awaken different things. But the Unknown Becoming class was really special. I feel like the transformation that happened there with everyone in the class was beyond anything that I've ever really witnessed. And I think that's a testament to when people really commit to themselves. It's also a testament to how I hold containers. And it really showed me my own learning and my own education and how I've applied that. And that was really a welcome reflection because I don't know that I often see that. So I'm like talking about this, and I'm just like, I gotta take a deep breath. It's just like, wow, the energies are so much. My personal energy mixed with the collective energy was like, wow, a lot of transformation. Yeah, what else to share about 2023? Really deepened my connection to my husband, Matt, and in my role as a mother. I was born with Chiron in Cancer, so if you know astrology, then you could probably feel what that means. But, Chiron's the wounded healer, and Cancer is the archetype of the mother. Cancer rules the moon, or the moon rather rules Cancer. And yeah, so I think like becoming a mother was really, really big for shattering my ego identity around value and production and all of these different things. Postpartum dissension was challenging. And I would say this year is like the year that I really came out of that, and Ollie's 2.5. So that kind of gives you a timeline on that process. So yeah, this is the year that I think I really learned how to embody my own energy differently, how to really be present as a parent, but also as an artist and as a facilitator and as a wife, like really being present in my roles and knowing how to manage things, manage my energy and be in those roles, sometimes simultaneously, right? Like there was overlap and there's times where things are happening on top of each other. But I would say the whole thing as a creative process was really profound. I feel like Ollie is my biggest teacher. I mean, test my patience. But, and I love him so much, and there's so much learning and exploration that's happening. And then there's just like the deeply frustrating parts of life and, the really, really, really hard part for me that I've had to learn how to work with. It's not easy, and I'm not saying it's perfected, but my husband's a firefighter, engineer, paramedic, who, has 24-hour shifts. And then if there's a mandatory shift, that becomes 72 hours. So, and we're really, really, really blessed because we have like 6 days off at a time, twice a month. And those are the times that if you have a one-on-one session with me, that's when you're having the one-on-one session with me. That's how I've had to learn how to manage my time. But I don't know, it's come with a lot of isolation. It's really tested my feelings of loneliness and, where I feel disconnected and how to reconnect and how to find community and how to ask for help, and really, really blown open my sense of vulnerability. So, like that part of my daily life mixed with like my dream life, those are the two main worlds that I really operate within that inform what I project to the public or what I share with the public. So, I don't know, I'm sharing that because maybe that's helpful for you to see your own self and in your multiple roles and facets and all of the things. Also remembering that we are not our roles. Like that's not my I am presence. And that's been really at the center of motherhood for me, is that I'm not just a mother and I'm not just a daughter or just a wife or just a teacher, facilitator, a guide, whatever you want to call it. But really leaning into my I am presence and the energy, the soul, like what I was born for. And yeah, I've really been studying that quite deeply for the last 3 years. Still studying it. I have some big visions and big dreams for not just 2024. I think these things extend beyond 2024, but there are some big ways that I'm really hoping to bring my light to the world and to be of service. Um, which I'm like, am I going to share these? Yeah, I'm going to share them because I'm like, am I complete talking about 2023? Uh, yeah, I mean, it's been a dynamic year. Very, very, very dynamic. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping to bring more of my voice to the world because I love music and sound healing and poet casting and writing. And so my intention is to bring that forward more and to have more courage and to work through fears around being seen in a certain way. Um, this keeps coming up, so I'm just gonna name it. But like, you know, that thing around, oh, I want to be received in a certain way, and you just can't control that, you know. And my friend Marlena, I'm paraphrasing her, but the way that she likes to reiterate this to me is like, it's arrogant of you to think that you could um, essentially like control my perception of you or anyone's perception of you. Like that's on me or that's my responsibility. Um, it's not even your business. And when she puts it like that, it's like very confronting and also very healing and helps me to remember like other people's opinions of me are not my business. And it's helped me take a lot of risks, calculated risks, but risks in my art and in what I share and like saying the truth of what I'm feeling, saying the truth of what I'm experiencing. Um, and it's informed my art very deeply. So, yeah, like deep breath with that. Hold on, I gotta drink some water now. Um, Still working on that composure piece. Man, I have a bunch of placements in Capricorn. This is what I blame and also I'm taking responsibility for around hang-ups around control and wanting to always be so composed. But yeah, I mean, I just don't imagine that there is any way to get around growth and expansion without being uncomfortable at some point. And I know that mentally. I think I still resist that, spiritually, emotionally. But um, yeah, really planning in 2024 to take it to the next level. I would love to play more concerts. In October, I did host a healing concert called Liminality. It was like a super cute boutique, like 12, 13 people, almost sound bath style healing concert. And I called it a healing concert because it wasn't totally a wellness event because it also had my poetry mixed in. Like I was reading my poetry. And I want to do more of that and experiment with more of that. I would love deep, deep prayer, everybody. Like just putting this in a lot of light. I would love to open a space at some point, and I think I might be beginning with some kind of art studio in 2024. My husband also has his own projects that he wants to begin, and so I think that there may be a shared collaborative space for us to do that, and also to welcome and invite people into. So That's a deep, deep prayer. Um, Spirit just keeps telling me I'm going to be traveling for my work in 2024. I would love to lead a retreat again. Oh my gosh, do I miss leading retreats? I can't even express how much I love retreats. Like immersion style learning for me as a student is really, really helpful and profound and amazing. And then also being able to give that gift of service to people through retreats is, I think, one of my top favorite things. Um, I don't have any locations in mind just yet. I tend to feel Joshua Tree and LA because they're close-ish, but I'm open. I'm open spirit to where I need to go. But yeah, leading more retreats in 2024 would be amazing because I love that work and just it's a very, very magical space. Um, and it really builds community and the bonds that are formed on retreat are like no other. Like my best friends I've found on retreats and um, I've seen people become best friends at my retreats and that's like just so incredible to witness and be a part of in a kind of indirect way. So yeah, all of that, those are my dreams for 2024. Um, let's do a little reading. I want to just look at the energies for the year. I have this new herbal astrology deck from Adriana Ayales. And so I'm going to pull one card from this deck. I'm going to pull all of them and then I'll read them to you, tell you what they say. Okay, so there's going to be one card from here. Okay, one from this Wandering Star Tarot deck. Oh, there we go. We have a flyer. You know, when they just fly out, I'm like, yo, it me. Let's see, where did you go? Here you are. Oh, you're flying again. Hold on, let me hold you. And then one from the Earth Warriors Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild, which I'll have to read to you because this one is very in depth. We know it's in depth. Okay, let's see what we got. So this is the reading for the year 2024 and looking at the messages for the collective and what we might need to be aware of. Wow. We got Ashwagandha, Purpose, the number 54, which shows a card with a magical vase or beaker. Plants are growing inside of it. It's the ashwagandha plant. And there's a sun and a moon. And before I read to you what the deck says, and there's the chakras, chakra symbols on the right. We see the north node and the moon symbols at the top. I feel like what's really catching my attention here is about balance, right? Sun and moon are opposite each other. This might be about bringing polarities together, the aspects of ourself that are maybe at odds with each other and bringing those together, playing on the strengths of one aspect of your personality or aspect of your being and acknowledging maybe things that feel weaker, and acknowledging those and then doing some strength training, maybe physically, but strengthening the things in you that maybe you don't love, that are like, oh, I gotta keep that over there, but are asking for some attention. The word purpose here to me feels like the cross training helps you to bring balance in your life so that you can live out your purpose, your soul purpose, true nature, and that there may be hidden talents or hidden gifts that you discover this year. I see that with the moon energy. things inside of you that are being illuminated that maybe you haven't acknowledged before, that have always been there, but like seeing the magic of who you are and what you brought to this planet with you, um, and like strengthening that natural raw quality and bringing that to the world. Let's see what the deck says. So 54. All right, everybody. Oh, we. So, finding divine purpose, Dharma, finding the future self. Yo, this is called Memento Futurum, remembering the future. And this card's coming up. Whoa, a divine gift. Yep, North Node of the Moon. It says, for over 4,000 years, ashwagandha has been one of the world's leading adaptogenic herbs due to its profound ability to restore and rejuvenate the body, mind, and spirit. Ashwagandha means the smell of a horse. Interesting. Ashwa meaning horse and gandha meaning smell. Guys, I've had so many horse synchronicities through my dreams this last year, and the dream groups and the dream actor. Like, this is interesting. Okay. And it offers you the strength and stamina of a horse while nourishing the female and male reproductive systems. Polarities. Latin species name somnifera means sleep inducing, emphasizing its relaxing and restorative properties. In Ayurveda, ashwagandha belongs to a subcategory of herbs called Medhya Rasayanas. Medhya meaning intellect or mental power, and Rasayanas meaning rejuvenating. Rasayanas possesses soma, the ambrosia of immortality. Traditionally, ashwagandha is used to tone, strengthen, and revitalize, energizing and calming simultaneously. It maximizes the body's ability to resist and adapt to stress, enabling the body to reserve and sustain vital energy, and promoting a sound and restful sleep. Ashwagandha is ruled both by the sun and moon. It is a strengthening, regulating, immune protective, anti-aging, and mood-boosting embodiment of the energetics of the solar archetype. At the same time, it provides restful sleep, deep relaxation, nervous system nourishment, and restoration, all of which are embodied by the lunar archetype. The nodes of the noon in Ayurvedic astrology symbolize our karmic trajectory. Rahu, or the North Node, has messages for our future self, our destiny, and what we're learning as a soul in this lifetime. Ketu, or the South Node, contains our karmic inheritance. Ashwagandha, like the North Node, mirrors the potentials of our divine purpose, also known as Dharma in Sanskrit. Ashwagandha contains both solar and lunar elements within it, as it provides great strength and adaptability, yet with the deep qualities of the moon, such as relaxation, lucidity, and expanded consciousness. Ashwagandha reminds us that it's not necessary to fully know the entirety of your purpose in order to pursue it. I'm going to read that again, y'all. Listen up. Ashwagandha reminds us that it is not necessary to fully know the entirety of your purpose in order to pursue it. When you're living in alignment with your Dharma, there is no separation between your inner and outer realities. It becomes a cohesive expression, therefore granting a feeling of wholeness and completion. Perhaps you are not clear on your desired outcome, so your efforts feel unfocused or purposeless. Even if you've lost touch with your why, remain open to the mystery of the journey. Stay focused and playful. Keep following the signs. Wow. That is just the first card. And Lila here is trying to escape, so we will pause and be right back. All right, so we're back. Um, I love that card. I mean, that card is an entire message on its own. I think that end part about you don't need to know what your purpose is in its entirety to live it out. And that really brings up the, first of all, lucidity continuum between sleeping and waking, how we can see the dream time as true reality and what we call waking life as reality or as a dream, and vice versa, and the whole loop of that. But also like bringing up this, whoa, my body's like, there's a lot of air. My solar plexus is very activated by this. Notice how you're feeling in your body as you're receiving information. Um, Noticing how you might compartmentalize, like, oh, this over here is me living out my purpose, and this over here is me not in my purpose, but isn't it all purpose? And starting to notice how you can walk your true path every step of the way without needing to kind of box it up. I mean, I think our job can be informed by our purpose, but our purpose is not necessarily our job, that kind of thing. Um, like, this is part of my purpose to share messages with you, but also being a mother is part of my purpose. So, not necessarily saying that your purpose is one specific role, but starting to awaken to the deeper message that is behind purpose. Okay, that's a whole transmission. Let's move on. Three of Pentacles, enterprise, success, talent, and teaching. When I see this card, I'm reminded, oh, it's got Amanita mushrooms on it. That's special. I love Amanita. This is the Earth suit, Pentacles. I'm reminded of like the special energy behind plans or projects at their foundational beginning process, like at the beginning. Like, we're starting to build something here. It's the early suit, right? It's the three of Earth. I think this card really reminds us to use the gifts that we have to bring material abundance. That could be money, but that could also be food. That could be connections. I think it's also about staying open to teachings and learning how, like, staying teachable, essentially, to how you can bring in success. The deck says, this card often turns up at the beginning of a business venture. If you're planning to start a business, then this might really be a message for you. It's a sign to leave behind tedious and mundane work and instead use your gifts and talents to bring forth income. You're a natural teacher and have much to offer through your words and ideas. Your life situation is now on a wonderful trajectory as you begin to step into the shoes of your higher self. Careful not to overwork or rush to the finish line. Each step of your journey is important and will help you create a stable, solid foundation to build your house upon. What you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. John Anster. Okay, and then the last card is 13 Ishal, Medicine of the Rainbow Jaguar. And this is an image of a jaguar with rainbows and hummingbirds. There are white flowers, kind of reminds me of like white passion flower. There's a woman, I'm assuming goddess Ishal, with a heart. She's creating her hands or thumbs are together, her fingertips are together, but it creates almost like a heart or a triangle, kind of both images. Lila is really talkative now. Okay. 13 Ishal. Let's see what this says. This is a long one, y'all. Just letting you know. Okay. Ishal protects you now as you transition from one life phase to the next. With her rainbow light, this guardian goddess instructs you on how to use great power with wisdom, to nourish only what is worthy. Using jaguar medicine with perfect timing, she confronts that which is unworthy of her devotion, eradicating destructive forces and creating space for healing, relief, and rebirth. Her presence is the wild power of the jaguar, the renewal promise of the rainbow, and divine feminine creativity. All darkness shall be overcome. You are going through a transition. Aren't we all always transitioning? But the you that's listening, you're going through a transition. Cultivate hope and stay true to your intentions. Let nothing divert you from your true path. If you have a new project, vision, or lifestyle that you are seeking to bring into the world, Ishal is guiding and guarding you for a healthy birth. She also brings the message that there are times when fierceness is necessary. It's important that you cut off negative sources completely at this time and do not allow yourself to be used or exploited. This is not the time to indulge someone else's to indulge someone else's ego or go against your own inner knowing in order to give someone the benefit of the doubt. Trust your instincts and break immediately from what isn't right for you. This will bring you new opportunities and situations that are worthy of your passionate devotion. Ishel, goddess of the rainbow light, is responsible for sending rain to nourish the crops, ensuring fertility in life. She overturns her divine womb and allows sacred, life-giving rain to fall into the soul, promoting growth. The rainbow light of Ishel is an oracle of renewal. This is your sign that all is in accord with life, that new beginnings shall stem from the past, and that there is power to create, and that what is beautiful, necessary, and healing shall flow to you and through you into the world. Ishel holds jaguar medicine. Jaguar thrives in many environments, being able to climb, run, and swim. Because of its mastery over height, distance, and water, it's set at a spiritual level to hold power throughout all dimensions. Its medicine brings the ability to move in darkness without fear, to see clearly through chaos, to evoke and to destroy, to evade, and to destroy. Jaguar medicine is fierce, decisive, and powerful, and irreversible. Ishel brings you this medicine now for your own soul journey. A definitive conquering of darkness is at hand. Ishel's teachings include her story of falling passionately in love with a man who did not respect her. Eventually, to get away from him, she shape-shifted into a jaguar, becoming invisible whenever he sought her out. In this way, she evaded him and saved herself and the world, which relied upon her bounty and vitality, from destruction. Ishel teaches us of the need to confront what isn't working in our lives, including the influence of negative people, honestly, without fear or compromise. Jaguar is not a halfway medicine. If we allow unworthy influences to take up residence in our minds, our hearts, our souls, even just a little, they will eventually be our undoing, eroding our happiness, self-esteem, vitality, and ability to fulfill our passionate purpose. Ishel brings Jaguar to remind us that exploitation, abuse, and disrespect are unacceptable and must be dealt with effectively, according to correct timing, and with absolute certainty in our hearts. This is not about harming another, but about cutting off their influence in our souls, aka boundaries, because it's Capricorn season and that's what it's all about. Jaguar medicine is a great power and can be used for good or ill. Purity of heart and mind becomes increasingly important as spiritual power grows. Make yourself unavailable to negativity, gossip, or ill will in any way. Seek out the honest and the constructive. Share your power and devotion judiciously and only with that which serves your true values. Well, y'all, all three cards support you this year and really living out your true purpose. I think the question is, will you let yourself really go there to live into your true dreams and to welcome the energies that are already here and supporting you, the seen and unseen blessings and guards and guardians? But will you let yourself really have what you truly desire and know that your purpose and your path is a gift to the world, and that to live it out, to not live it out would be not only a disservice to you, but a disservice to the whole world. So allowing yourself to really live into your true purpose helps more than just you, and helps the entire world, and to bring healing, and helps other people to have confidence and to continue to shine their light in the world. I can't stress that part enough, that, when we're living in our purpose and we're confident to shine, even when it's uncomfortable, even when there's all these things that might be around it, but when we are on this kind of path, that it opens permission for other people. Not that we're granting permission, but that other people will see your light and they will acknowledge what you're doing, consciously or unconsciously, and it helps other people to remember to wake up to the dream that they're dreaming and to live in their true radiance. So that is a reading for 2024. And I have a few things left here at the end for you to do your own spread. This might be really amazing to do with your sisters, a friend, your family, whatever it might be. But if you guys want to pull cards together or pull your own cards, I have a few placements or reflection questions for you. We could call this a spread. So, just listening. So, there's going to be a section for 2023 and a section for 2024. You can organize your cards accordingly, like maybe one on the left or one on the right, maybe one on the top and one on the bottom. However, you want to organize it, that's up to you. You could use tarot or oracle. You could use a different divination system. But the first question I have for 2023. So you would ask yourself this question and then shuffle and pull your own card to see. So I'm just giving you kind of like the structure or the skeleton of the reading, and then you can give yourself the full reading by using these placements. What do I need to celebrate for myself? What can I leave behind? So those are two separate cards. 1, what do I need to celebrate for myself? 2, what can I leave behind? 3, what can I bring forward? 4, what still needs my attention? This is all, again, through 2023. And then the last card, 5, what is the overall soul teaching for 2023? It's going to help you see what you're meant to learn, what you have been learning, and to integrate that. And then 2024 spread. So your next section. Number 1, what do I need to focus my energy on for the year? 2, what energy can support my dreams? 3, what would be best for me to refrain from in 2024? 5, what area can I expand and grow into in 2024? Am I missing one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. How can I apply my gifts in 2024 to be of the highest service? And 6, the overall soul awakening for the year. All right. That is it. That's all I have for you. That's all she wrote. I hope that you have a wonderful year. I hope you remember to rest and to drop in. There's no rush. You don't have to go fast. This time of year is really about being in the dream, the slumber, right? It's the bear hibernating inside the earth and just like letting yourself do that and go inside the earth so you can really listen to the natural rhythms and to your natural rhythms and your true path. And that the Gregorian New Year is something that we, are a part of because we're modern people. It's part of the consciousness. But the Earth's rebirth or the Earth's New Year really begins in spring. And so if you're not feeling quite ready, you're not feeling very fresh or springy to just emerge into the next year, that is okay and normal. And that you can take these next few months just to really take it slow and reflect. And I think that listening back to the questions and doing the reading for yourself and maybe journaling it out and really talking it through with someone who's close with you could provide some deeper insights for your process and what you've been through in 2023 and really, acknowledging and integrating the year and then how you want to step forward, but no rush to produce something or, to have a bloom because it's not blooming season. I mean, maybe it is for you if that's, if you're having an internal summer. But in general, when we're with winter, we're allowing ourselves to surrender. And sometimes that's uncomfortable. That pace is uncomfortable for people. And I'm just here to say that you can do it. It's okay. And I think the deeper that we surrender in winter, the power that it brings in spring and summer. And of course, fall, it has this immense power for the rest of the year. That's why I'm leading Creative Winter Journey right now through the class. So reach out if you have questions, if you need a session, if you need support. I am here for you. I love you all. I love you all. I love you all. And I am so thankful to have been able to start this podcast this year. This is one of the biggest gifts that I haven't even acknowledged out loud, that Memento Futurum was formed in October through a very interesting series of naming things. I named it one thing, and then I had to be named something else because it was too close to another podcast name, and I had no idea. And, really settling into this name that came has been a really big gift. Memento Futurum, remembering the future, has a lot of connotations, but the two things that come in mind right now are, one, remembering children and the child's self, and the future as the children, and that we are essentially borrowing the earth from the children, and then also that we're creating the future as we go in all of our actions in this now moment and all of the selves. And so, when we're remembering the future, we're remembering that, right now we are creating what we wish to see. And I think there's an incredible empowerment with that. So, anywho, I'm going to leave you with that. I love you all. So much gratitude, big hugs, and I will talk with you soon. Bye.